guys, and welcome back to another one of my YouTube videos. If you are new here, my name is Nina and welcome. I'm glad you found this video and I hope you feel inclined to check out some of the other videos I've made on my YouTube channel. I really love creating content around gothic and alternative fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. Today's video is going to be a monthly reset video. I have been finding that the last couple of reset videos that I've made, I've actually really enjoyed making. I really love resetting and refreshing new energy to keep growing and keep moving forward and accomplishing those goals. So I have found that I really love and enjoy creating these videos. So I think I'm going to be doing these videos every month. A little bit about what's going to be in today's video is I'm going to kind of go over October, the month of October as a whole, just kind of reflect and review, and then I'm going to transition into what I'd like to achieve, what I'm setting, the intentions that I'm setting for November, as well as the goals. And then I'm also going to kind of clean house. I feel that cleaning house is just a very powerful way of just kind of pushing out old energy, negative energy, whatever kind of energy, and just welcoming in new fresh energies every month. Before we get started, I am gonna go make myself a pumpkin spice latte so that my brain can kind of get on board with everything today. So I will be right back. Okay, now that I have my happiness in a cup, we can go ahead and get started. I am wearing my favorite Halloween top that I got from Vera's Eye Candy, and I'm just pairing it with just some plain back like lounge sweats. I just have a very casual lounge outfit today because it is a monthly reset and we are going to be cleaning house today, so I just kind of wore something that was comfortable. I have my manifestation journal pulled up and I am on my October reflection page, and the overall rating that I would give the month of October would be 7 out of 10 stars. I guess maybe 8 out of 10 stars. There was a lot of great things that happened in the month of October. How I feel the month went, I feel like the month went mostly pretty great for the most part. I got to go to another country for the very first time in the month of October, which I'm really excited to share with you guys the video once I get around to finishing editing it. But my partner and I got to go to Edinburgh, Scotland, and it was so gorgeous. It was so beautiful. I cried upon arrival. I know that sounds very weird to say, but we got off the plane, we got on the bus took us to the town center of all of Edinburgh, and I got off that bus and I looked outside and I was like, oh my god, I started crying. I started crying like a weirdo, but that's okay. Edinburgh, Scotland was something that was always a dream come true for me, so to finally have been able to go it altered my brain chemistry, that's all I'm gonna say. Some of the challenges that I felt like I faced during this month was not being able to create some of the Halloween spooky content that I wanted to create, mostly due to because being out of town to another country, to Scotland, we were traveling for 10 days, so we had about a little over 24 hours traveling there. We spent almost 5 days in Scotland and then a little over 24 hours flying back. So we were out of the country for about 10 days, just traveling overall 10 days. And after we got back, my partner actually fell down with a cold and was sick for a few days after coming back. And I as well, I didn't get a cold, surprisingly, but I kind of had some other stuff going on and I myself didn't feel well physically. And so both my partner and I were under the weather getting back, so it was like another week of just not feeling well. So about like the halfway through the third week of October, we started feeling a little bit better, back to normal, back to ourselves, back to good, strong health. And so yeah, a good chunk of the month went by and I felt like I couldn't achieve what I wanted to achieve that month. So that was actually one of the obstacles that kind of I felt like I struggled with in the month. So some really big highlights that I felt were really huge, just overall amazing for the month was obviously Edinburgh, Scotland. That was a really big one. And then another one was a Sleep Token concert that I got to go to with my partner. We actually went to a Sleep Token concert the night right before we had to catch our plane to go to Scotland, and that was a pretty magical night. Sleep Token, they put on an amazing show for me seeing them in concert for the first time. So I absolutely loved it. One of my favorite parts about the concert was seeing Vessel just kind of like hop around on stage with his little footwork. Like I loved that. That was my favorite part about the whole show. Of course, obviously, aside from the music, because I enjoy their music also, but it was just so cool to see him just really be himself up there on stage. So I really loved that. And then after we got back from Edinburgh and after we got back to, regular health after not feeling well from a trip, my partner and I got to do a couple of spooky outings that I really enjoyed. We went to one of my favorite places that we've been going to for a couple years now every spooky season, and it's called Live Oak Canyon Farms. It's a really big giant pumpkin patch. It's kind of like a cross between like a little carnival and pumpkin patch, I guess, but it is massive. We did a corn maze when we were in there. They had like a small little pumpkin patch where you can walk through and pick your own pumpkin. They also had a separate little area more towards the front of the pumpkin patch where they had just tables upon tables upon tables upon tables just full of different sized pumpkins. So if you would have rather have picked your pumpkin from there instead of the patch, like you had options of where you wanted to get your pumpkin, which I thought was really cool. And then I think I just mentioned this briefly, but we did a corn maze. We got to walk through that. We got lost, but it was still pretty fun to do, and we made it out. And then another thing that we got to do was we also went to, what was it? Oh, Magic of the Jack-o'-lanterns. That was really cool. I would have to say that would be like one of my favorites. My favorite outings out of the whole spooky month was Magic of the Jack-o'-lanterns. That was really gorgeous. Like basically what it was some of it was like blow up lighting displays. Others was like, I don't know quite how to explain it because I don't know some of the material it was made of, but then other ones were like legit hand carved pumpkins, and that was really amazing to see. That some of the I don't know what they did, but they took more than one pumpkin to create like a whole either statue or display. Like they did so many different things. There were so many different things to look at, but a lot of what they had that was my favorite was the hand carved pumpkins that literally looked like they took months and months to do. So I loved that. It was gorgeous. Moving on, I kind of already briefly touched the subject on this, but one of my biggest challenges was the consistency, being able to post more Halloween content that I wanted to do, but being out of town for about 10 days and then falling ill on top of that. The falling ill part just, I feel, really mostly took away from it, because going to Scotland is it was just a dream come true. I know I've said that already, but it was a dream come true to go. What I want to do to improve that next month is kind of shifting my focus towards, I guess, planning ahead, kind of planning some ideas, like what kind of looks do I want to do? Do I want to do a character? Do I want to do something different and interesting? Like what kind do I want to do? get the idea for that in my head in advance and kind of maybe start little by little kind of implementing how I want to do that. So that's a way that I feel I'm going to kind of improve that. Now kind of starting to shift a little bit towards November, for the month of November. Some intentions that I want to set for next month is to kind of get back into a physical fitness, either routine or just incorporating it more in my daily life. There was a time for a while where I was going to one of my absolute most favorite places called Killer Fitness, and it still is one of my favorite places. It's just, I kind of fell out of the routine of that, being stuck in the constant wheel of the mundane things of life that you need to do, you know, just the important things that you're like obligated to do, like things like work and oh, we gotta do this, gotta do that, appointments, things like that. And I really want to get back into it. So I got the idea that I am going to challenge myself a little bit with this. And I'm going to do a 30-day challenge where I do some sort of physical fitness or some sort of physical movement in general every day for 30 days. Whether I am doing just a 30-minute walk outside with my dog, I'm taking a hike, I'm going to a physical fitness class, or I'm doing an at-home workout, just some sort of physical movement. And following that, one of my favorite classes at Killer Fitness was the boot camp class that I would take with Coach Dawn. I love that class, so I'm really hoping I can pick that back up this month. Moving on to the next intention that I want to set for myself for next month as well is continuing to strive for maintaining that consistency with the content that I want to create and share with you guys. Following through with the month of November, now that we're fully stepping into that, I kind of wrote down a little bit of a November overview here where I've set some goals and intentions for the month. And a main focus that I put for the month of November was, again, just reiterating the consistency of the looks that I want to create and share with you guys. So I'm just kind of reiterating that I want that to be a main focus. Because I have some really cool ideas. One idea that I am kind of like brewing on is if you guys have seen my past videos, I really love doing at-home photo shoots in a way. Sometimes I will go outside and do them where my partner will help me capture the photos. But all in all, just the creative process, I just love it so much. The creative process is just so much fun, and I love doing it. Whether I'm doing it completely by myself at home, or I'm out somewhere doing it, or my partner's helping me, or I'm collaborating with a friend, like it just the overall creative process, and then just seeing the end result of like, this looks so cool, is just so much fun, and I love it so much. So backtracking, one of the ideas that I have is I want to do a ghost apparition photo shoot where I'm looking transparent in the photos. So that is an idea that I'm really trying to implement through either November or December. So once I can kind of get the details of that worked out, I think I might create a separate video of me going through the process of creating all of that. I think that would be really cool and fun to share with you guys. But once I get through kind of figuring out the details, then I think I'm gonna kind of start taking the steps to start implementing it and making it happen, because I thought that would be a really cool idea. I've already been studying a little bit on how to, what's it called? The skill set, I guess I'm gonna say, the skill set of how to make myself look transparent in photos. So I've already been working on learning how to do that and studying that, so yeah. So moving on, some intentions that I've set for myself to kind of go hand in hand with just staying consistent is to move with purpose and to not pressure, because I feel it's really easy to just get stuck in like the pressure of like, oh my God, I need to do this. I need to get this done. I need to do sometimes if there's just days where just certain things are just not coming together, it's okay to let it go and just try again tomorrow. So move with purpose, move with intention, move with clarity and not pressure. So that's an intention that I'm setting for myself for this month. And then another intention, I have about like a couple intentions here. I'm just gonna kind of read a couple because I don't want to make this video too long. Following moving with purpose and not pressure is, I feel, to also choose with depth and connection over just comparison or having things be perfect. This is a learning process. Like, this is like learning new skills, creating these, I want to say digital art, but I feel like it's not really digital art if it's like a mini photo shoot at home. So I'm just going to say art, but it's okay if art isn't perfect. And I feel like the pieces and parts of it that aren't perfect is part of what makes it really cool and awesome and beautiful. So yeah, those are my two intentions. Moving on to the last thing that I want to do for the month of November that I want to plan on, or at least implement, is remembering to celebrate the small achievements, but to also remember that growth isn't linear, and that no matter how small or how minuscule that growth might seem, it's always still happening underneath the surface, even if sometimes you can't see it or don't feel like that it's happening. And I feel that both of these things apply to even the mundane things of life, like all aspects, whether it's like work and career, money, finances, love, relationships, friendships, projects, things like that. I feel it all applies. I feel like the little things are also achievements in and of themselves, and it's the little things that can help you make the biggest leaps towards the bigger goals, to the end result of the bigger goals, as well themselves. So yeah, that is something that I want to hold with intention for this month of November. So yeah, following the month of October, I did, if you watched my last monthly reset video where I did a monthly reset for the month of October, I pulled an oracle card for the energies of the month of October. And the oracle card that I pulled for that is the hotline card. Now, I feel like it would be good to reflect on how this card may have reflected or shown up energetically in the month of October. And in my last video, I felt like hotline was a guidance message to be like, hey, ask for help if you need it, reach out if you need it. I feel for the month of October, where I feel that this would have mostly applied, was where I shared or talked a little bit about where my biggest challenge was not being able to create the content that I felt like I wanted to create, that I wish I would have been able to have more of a chance to implement. And hotline, I feel, is very much talking about where asking for help when you need it, and just reaching out to either inquire more information and helping figure something out, taking the extra steps to kind of prepare yourself in advance to prevent things from happening. So whether this means you're asking other people for help, or you're doing the things that you need to do to help yourself, you're reaching out to yourself for help, I feel that this very strongly would have applied, because I wish I would have done that in kind of preparing myself a little bit more in advance to implement and create those Halloween looks that I wish I would have been able to create. So for the energy of the month of November, I am going to be using my Energy Oracle Cards deck, and I'm going to be pulling a card from this deck on the energies of the month of November. I haven't used this deck in a while, but it's one of my favorite Oracle decks. I'm just going to shuffle really fast. card that popped up in the deck while I was shuffling was the Angel of Strength. And I feel this card very much goes hand in hand with a lot of the intentions and goals that I set for the month of November. I feel like this card gives the message that you are stronger than you think you are. Especially in moments where I was talking about how it can be easy to just fall into getting stuck into a bad day, and that, you know, seeing the positive things, seeing the blessings in disguise behind all that, it can take strength to really push yourself out of that and to not let those things affect you. So I really feel like that this really goes hand in hand with the month of November. Now that I have finished going over my October reflection and review and kind of gone over my November overview, I think it's a really good idea to kind of start cleaning house, start clearing space in my home space, and just kind of push out any cluttered energy to bring in new fresh energy to start directing that energy toward the intentions and goals that I've set for this month. I do know that I think I'm going to start gutting out my fridge today and just really cleaning that out and giving it a nice good wipe down. It's been a few months since the fridge has had that, so I think it really needs it. But overall, I am going to be cleaning the entire house today. So I'm going to pop in some headphones, listen to one of my favorite podcasts while I clean the house, and yeah, let's get into that. Okay, so I have completely finished cleaning my house. I went ahead and took a shower, and now I'm going to go into doing some self-care. I have recently started a new skincare regimen where I am using the Dermalogica, here I'll do it like this, Dermalogica Skin Resurfacing Cleanser. It has an AHA, which is lactic acid in it, so it's an exfoliant and cleanser at the same time. Which if you're using exfoliation, chemical exfoliation like that on your skin daily, it can be very drying. So at night, I am using the Intensive Moisture Cleanser, and I've labeled each one like night and morning. So I can tell the difference between the two because the bottle looks the same and sometimes I don't always fully read the bottle when I pick it up, which I should be. But that's the new skincare regimen that I've started for myself, and because I have been exfoliating daily, and it's a little bit more of a powerful exfoliation versus the daily microfoliant, which is what I was using in my previous regimen, which I'm still using that, which is this guy right here, the daily microfoliant. I'm still using this. I'm just not using it daily anymore because I have the skin resurfacing cleanser and I don't want to over exfoliate, because if you over exfoliate, you can start freaking your skin out and that can lead to breakouts and just your skin just overproducing too much oil to make up for the loss of moisture and hydration in your skin. So I still use the daily microfoliant, I just kind of do it more once a week instead of daily because I'm already getting daily exfoliation from the skin resurfacing cleanser. So I love it. I absolutely love how my skin has been looking. I've had a very nice smooth foundation for when I'm doing my makeup, so my makeup is applying a lot easier, so I really love this skin resurfacing cleanser. But because I'm also exfoliating, my skin has been feeling very dry, and so I'm going to go in with my conductive mask base, which is going to be very hydrating because it has aloe, or not aloe, I'm sorry, I meant to say brown algae in it, which helps really retain and restore some hydration and moisture in the skin. And because this is gel based, I can use it with my LED my brain is blanking. My LED machine that I love to use for facials. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this little skincare and I will see you afterwards. Okay, so here is my LED machine that I use. The company I got it from is Magellan. I really like these guys. It's very easy to purchase a fake LED. Just, I don't know if you guys knew that, but there are some fake LEDs out there, so I prefer buying from this company. I really like them. So I just turn the switch on here, and today I think I'm going to do red LED. Red light helps promote collagen regeneration and it helps to tighten the skin and reduce wrinkles. And I usually like to do red lights every couple of weeks here and there. I don't like to use my my LED machine too often because your skin can grow to be tolerant of it, to where the effects and the benefits of it doesn't really work too much on your skin anymore because your skin grows to be tolerant of it. So I like to use this like maybe once a week, once every couple of weeks. I don't like to use this all the time. But yeah, so red light is really good for also like wound healing, eliminating any inflammation and all that fun stuff. So there's a lot of great benefits to LED. Okay, so I'm all finished with my red light LED. My skin feels really nice and smooth, and it doesn't feel as dry anymore because of the mask that I did. So now I'm going to finish off my skincare routine with my nighttime skincare routine, I should say, with my multi-active toner. I know that there is like some you don't need a toner, and then some people say you need a toner. Personally, I would recommend the use of a toner, but it would greatly depend on your skin type, and the products that you're using. And the reason I would recommend a toner is for hydration or bringing in more hydration into the skin, but you can also do that with a serum, hyaluronic acid serum. But a little bit back to why I would recommend the use of toners is because some of the products, and you would kind of have to get like little like pH test strips or like a little pH testing kit to test your skincare products to determine this. But some skincare products are not at the proper pH level for your skin's acid mantle. And your skin's acid mantle, healthy skin, is naturally acidic on a level of 5 or 5.5. And some skincare products go as high as a pH of 7, which can freak out your skin and cause a lot of issues and problems and breakouts and all that stuff. So yeah, I would recommend toners, specifically hydration toners, but depending on the products that you're using, a toner helps your skin come back down to that healthy pH level of 5.5. So again, it's also why I say it depends on the skincare products that you're using. So I'm using my multi-active toner that's gonna help bring in and suck in a lot more hydration and moisture into the skin. And then I just finish off with Good Molecules lightweight daily moisturizer. I actually really like Good Molecules. I feel like that they are, again, this is not sponsored at all. These are actual products and things in this video that I actually really truly enjoy. But I really like Good Molecules because I feel like they're a little bit similar to Dermalogica in a way, but they're on a more affordable scale, and you can get these, get this brand at Ulta. That's where I get it. So yeah, I am feeling so thrown off right now. Today was daylight savings and it got dark pretty quick, pretty fast. I feel like right now it's like 10 o'clock at night, but I think it's only like, I think 6 o'clock, 6:30, I think. So yeah, I'm super duper thrown off by the daylight savings. Anyway, I'm sorry if lighting is weird. If it seems like it's really, really, really bright or something, it's because it just got super dark in here really quick because of daylight savings. So yeah. I just finished my skincare routine that you guys saw, and then I finished blow drying my hair. I just finished doing my skincare routine and blow drying my hair, and I just realized that I didn't really talk about the podcast that I listened to while I was cleaning, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that before I got into doing a little bit of reading tonight. If you've watched some of my previous videos, you've heard about me talk about this podcast before, and right now it's my ultimate favorite podcast of all time right now, and it is Two Girls, One Ghost. I have talked about this podcast more than once here on my channel, especially during the spooky season when I first originally found this podcast, I think in late August. So I found this podcast a couple months ago, and it's about two girls. They talk about like their own personal encounters. They talk about stories and legends of hauntings, not just in the USA, but around the world. They talk about and share other people's personal experiences and encounters. Like, it is really, really, really cool. They have also been nominated, not really nominated, but like they've been labeled as America's most haunted podcast. And that is because their listeners and their viewers, because they also post to YouTube, so their listeners and their viewers actually experience real encounters while listening to their podcast, so much so that they feel they need to put out the label that they are America's most haunted podcast and kind of put that disclaimer out there for people who choose to start listening to this podcast. So I figured I would throw that in there if you guys kind of feel like you might vibe with it, or you enjoy things of the paranormal, or you are very connected to the paranormal world and want to give it a listen. I figured that would be something that would be good to know. And then another thing about these guys, I have been listening to them for, like I said, a while, and I also just found out that they started another podcast, and it's a true crime podcast, and it's called Crimes Of. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's called Crimes Of, and I have not started listening to this yet, but I just discovered this, and I'm gonna start giving it a shot pretty soon. And they talk about, so I'm just gonna read a little bit of what they put here. They talk about they are the forces behind some of the most unforgettable crimes in history. It's a weekly true crime anthology series where Sabrina and Corinne, they talk about a new theme each session, but it's about crimes of the paranormal, unsolved murders associated with the paranormal, and mysterious disappearances and all that. So it still ties into the world of the paranormal, but they talk about specific potential murder cases that are potentially linked to the paranormal world. So I thought that was really, really, really cool. So this is another podcast that I'm going to start getting into. Because if you've been following me for a while, you know that I really enjoy things of the paranormal. I'm a sensitive myself. I have grown up having my own experiences, and just, yeah, that's another story for another time. Maybe I'll start kind of talking a little bit about my own paranormal experiences and creating videos around that. Also, if there are other really cool paranormal podcasts or podcasts of spooky nature that you guys think that I would potentially enjoy, go ahead and comment that down below. I really love and enjoy listening to podcasts, especially things of the spooky nature, but very, very specifically things of the paranormal. Paranormal has always been something that has kind of always been a part of my life. I wouldn't necessarily say that like I can talk to spirits, but I'm definitely a sensitive. I do pick up on spirits and spiritual energy a lot easier than most people would say that they can. And I've also had my own experiences off and on growing up throughout my life. Interacting with spirits is not something that happens in my daily life, but it is something that does happen often if I go somewhere that's haunted, or if I'm at home and a spiritual encounter happens on occasion. Yeah, I've just, like I said, that's just another story. Yeah, that's a story for another time. I could probably talk about some of my spiritual encounters on here if you guys want me to. Other than that, I'm gonna move forward with this video and talk about the book that I'm currently reading. If you are following me on Instagram, you have seen me post this book already, and it is the Halloween book. It's just classic tales and poems of the season of Samhain, and I picked this up in my trip to Scotland. So if you've seen my previous video where I had a spooky autumn day, it's the one that I post right before this one. I did read a poem segment from this that I thought just really stood out to me for the Halloween season a few days ago. So you've also, if you've watched that video, then you know all about this book already. But for those that don't, and for those who are finding this video for the first time, this book is so cool. I've pretty much already gone through the poems segment, and I'm getting ready to start into some of like the tales and short stories that are in this book. But it is so cool. I'll read a little bit on the back on here. So this is a collection of haunting hall. It's basically a haunting hall of short stories and a handful of strange seasonal poetry dating as far back as the 1780s to the 1970s. It celebrates the riotous weird of Halloween season and the Samhain season through the works of legendary ghost story writers. So these are all tales and poems and legends that have been talked about and shared throughout the UK, because I picked this book up in Scotland. So I saw this and I was like, oh my god, this is too cool. I have to have this. So I bought it for myself. It was a little treat to me for myself, and I am loving it. Their poems are really spooky. The poems are just really great. And again, I haven't read any of the tales yet. I'm still kind of reading this book, and I love it. I really recommend that you go watch my Spooky Autumn Day video so you can give a listen to the spooky poem that I read from this book. It's really cool. A little bone chilling, but it's really cool. Overall, so far, I am really enjoying this book, and I can't wait to read through all the tales, share with you more about the stories that I read, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take an hour to do some reading and read one of the short stories and tales from this book. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give a thumbs up, comment what was your favorite, comment if you have any questions too. I'm always happy to help answer if I can, or if I have the information to help answer. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!